this vlog did not go the way I expected it to, mainly because I didn't film a damn thing until now, on the last day of the Readathon. Ooh, I am sorry. And I have not finished a single book for the Readathon. Yeah. It is what it is. But I will tell you about the book that I started, and I'm a good chunk of the way through before I spill things. Okay, thankfully that was empty. Don't want to spill my wine. Don't want to knock anything else over. Okay, we're good. So the book that I'm working on is currently Come and Get It by Kiley Reid. This is for the Harvest Colors prompt of books that have yellow, green, orange, red, brown kind of in the colors scheme of the cover. This is Kiley Reid's second book. I have yet to read Such a Fun Age by them, and this is interesting. I'm about a third of the way through this, I think, almost, and it's very slow. It's a very slow book. This is definitely more in line of like a literary fiction kind of novel, which I'm not necessarily like as huge of a fan of in some regards. I think this is definitely one of those literary fiction books where I probably in college specifically would have been like, nope, we're done with this. I don't want to read this anymore. This is boring to me. And it is a little boring, I will say, but there's something about it that keeps me compelled to like want to see what else there is going on with it. Because mainly the two characters that are involved in it, I am curious as to where exactly they do line up, because in the synopsis there is a super senior RA basically at this university, and then there's this visiting professor, and they team up because the visiting professor is working on this book and essentially has like an opportunity for the RA who is looking to just, you know, graduate, get a job, be done with it, you know, move away from home, all these things. And so like in order to earn money for the house that she wants to buy in this town where the university is, she jumps on this chance with the visiting professor, and there's some interesting discussion about a lot of different things here. First of which, one of the things that I didn't expect when it comes to relationships is like a monetary aspect. Like when you have one person who is really like financially stable because of high-paying job, or, you know, in this case, the professor, she has book deals, and so she makes a lot of money off of those. There's a whole aspect of her storyline where we learn about a relationship she has where essentially she is kind of the main breadwinner, and how her partner kind of takes advantage of that in some capacity. And I don't think that's really ever touched on in any book that I've read involving any kind of relationship, which is kind of interesting. Then there is something to be said about Millie, who is our RA, and how she has to navigate not only being black, but being black in basically the South and in a college setting with a bunch of people who kind of like subtly are racist in some ways. Like they make little jokes here and there, like they talk about how ghetto she is and all these things. When I had this conversation with Bree, who I've got her video up right now, but I was on a live stream starting this a few days ago, and I was talking about how it made me so uncomfortable to hear these white characters saying that somebody is so ghetto, because it did not, it felt like basically being used as an insult, I guess, is more of what I was thinking of. And I just don't use that word in my vocabulary. Like, it's not a word that I use. Like, I think we decided that the white version of saying something is ghetto is janky. And even then, I don't use that word very often. I don't even say something is trash necessarily. Like, it's not something that I typically will say on a regular basis, if at all. And so to hear a couple white people saying the word, like saying like that's so ghetto, or she acts all ghetto, or anything like that, it wasn't necessarily offensive to me. It just kind of made me feel a little, oh, that's my dinner, done. It just made me feel kind of uncomfortable for a second, because of the fact that like it was, I think, used as more of an insult as opposed to anything else, and I just didn't really care for that. I felt like that was kind of mean. So anyway, I gotta go get my food, but I'll check back in when I've basically finished today, because I don't really have anything else, and it's almost the end of the day, so it's almost the end of the readathon. sorry for your luck. Or sorry for my luck, I guess I should say, since I'm the one that didn't really do any filming.
So, I didn't really make much more progress in my books. Quite honestly, this is the problem with starting so many books at one time, is that you never really get to finish some of your books, but it's fine. It's fine. We're fine. I at least made an attempt with Lammas, which I am happy with, and I am kind of enjoying coming at it a little bit. Like, I just feel like it's a little bit more on the literary fiction side than I was expecting, and so it's taking me a little bit longer to really feel like I'm getting into the story, but it's okay. It's fine. It's good. You know, it's not like necessarily the worst thing I've ever read. It's just definitely not necessarily my speed when it comes to books, and it's a little bit outside of my comfort zone when it comes to any type of fiction of sorts. It's not to say necessarily that it's awful or anything, it's just very different than what I'm used to reading, and so it's something that is gonna take me a little bit longer to get through, but I'm also in the middle of like 6 or 7 other books at the same time, so it is what it is. But anyway, thank you guys so much for joining me in this video. I know it really wasn't much. These kind of week-long vlogs are really hard for me, and vlogs in general are just becoming a little hard for me to do, mostly because I just don't really take the time to update on anything, and I feel like that's on me mostly because I just don't really have the energy to do the filming kind of thing. A lot of times it's also I forget to film, like right now, so yeah, they're not as nice as like my sit down videos where like I sit and I talk for a while about like my TBR, my wrap ups, or anything like that. So they're a little bit more hit or miss when it comes to actual good content, but I will do my best in the future to try and, you know, do more like B-roll stuff, which B-roll is obviously one of the hardest things for me personally, is that I feel like I don't really do much that constitutes having nice comfy B-roll, but you know, it is what it is. We'll kind of make do with what we get kind of thing, so that's kind of where I'm at with this point. But if you did do the Lammas readathon, let me know how you guys did. Did you complete your reading tasks for that? Did you complete any of the more fun tasks that there were? I definitely did. I really just took more time to myself and did a lot of self-care based things, like I went and got my nails done and stuff like that, so very, very happy with how that went. But otherwise, thank you guys so much for joining me in this video. If you guys did enjoy it, please do give it a big thumbs up, and if you haven't already and I would like to see more content like this, go ahead and hit that button down below and subscribe to become an owlet in our flock, and I will see all of you guys in my next video. Bye guys.